you are as judges, we serve, okay?
Or any proceeding, the better it is. We have open information. Obviously, there are certain reasons in some cases to have secrecy, but from a constitutional standpoint, I think there's no such reason in this case.
Which hospital is taking over the care of her medical care? Which hospital? Children's or Conf?
Excuse us just for a second.
I'll let you address that. You can address
Okay.
that.
Thanks, Matt. You were to say. I'm Reverend Patrick Mahoney. I'm director of the Christian Defense Coalition in Washington, D.C. We are here today because the family has invited us to come up. We've been very involved in cases like this in the past, organized and led events for Terry Schiavo, Baby Joseph in Canada. We were here today to announce the launch of a national campaign. What's happening with the Pelletier family is drawing national attention. And so we are here to say that we stand in solidarity with this family. We stand against the usurping of their parental rights, and I'll deal with some of the horrific things. Now the outburst, I was with the family when that happened. I am saying what the family said. It was very emotional. So I want to qualify everything I say. My understanding was that Justina is being moved to foster care. They are outraged by that. There's no medical attention there. There's no medical care there. Again, they came out very emotional. For those members of the press who were up there, you saw that. It is a even worse case scenario than what's been happening right now. It would be in Merrimack. That's what we're here, which is hours away from the family. So let's talk about this for a moment. This child has been ripped away from this family. I spent 3 hours talking with the family last night. She's getting no education at all. She's falling so far behind of where she was even a year ago. And nothing is being done to teach her, to help her. I'm a Presbyterian minister. The Pelletiers are Catholic. They've asked for priests to come see her. Denied. She didn't go to Mass at Christmas Eve, Christmas, or Easter. This is an absolute disgrace. You can see yourselves how you're being treated, and everyone wonders what's going on. Why are you forced off the floor? So we are coming, and Mr. Mason will address in a minute some of the specifics of the national campaign. We are going to bring people of faith, of goodwill, who believe in this, the millions across the country, to be engaged with this. We are announcing the campaign, Free Justina. That is the name of the campaign. You can go to freejustina.com. We're going to utilize every resource we have, but I just want to say for the record, this shows Justina is if you will, a canary in the coal mine of what we are seeing of the conflict between the medical community and governmental entities and the rights of parents. Poor Linda Pelletier, I was standing right next to her. She got lightheaded. She's diabetic. She's 56 years old, diabetic. She started to pass out. We had to grab her and hold her up. She was on the floor. She was crying hysterical. The family was crying. Here's what they want. They want their daughter with them. There's no argument that she was doing better under their care than under the care of the government. This is not an extraordinary issue. It's not a partisan issue. It should bring people who just care about the rights of Justina together, families together. It's not conservative, liberal. It's a justice issue. So we are definitely getting involved. We were Saturday going to be out at the facility in Framingham where she was, but at 12 o'clock. So we're going to have a visual at 12 wherever Justina is this Saturday, March 1st. And maybe Keith, can you clarify? No. I want to say this. The parents came out of the courtroom. For those press who were there could see how very upset they were. I'm repeating what they said. She's being transferred to a foster care facility where there is no medical attention, no medical care. She's not getting medical care. Of course, they wanted her to go back to Tufts. That has been denied. The attorneys who wanted to be admitted, which is a simple procedure, were denied.
What's her condition now? What is her condition?
I'm not a doctor.
What does the family say her condition is?
The family feels that without proper medical care, that she's deteriorating so rapidly that they're concerned about irreparable harm within her. And we can all see it. You can see the deterioration over a year. One would say this, counter arguing, well, if the parents were a problem, if they needed to be removed from her custody, then a year out, away from their custody, she should be improving. She should be better. But she's not. She's getting worse. This is an outrage. It's a disgrace. Also, I believe Governor Patrick today, maybe Keith can address this, is beginning an investigation, not specifically related to this, but DCF throughout the state of the many allegations against this entity. I just want to say this is a disgrace. It's an outrage, and I know people all across the country are going to want to engage on this, and we're coming to Massachusetts to stand for human rights and justice and to see a family reunited. At the end of the day, it's a real easy case. A daughter should be with her family, shouldn't they? Parents know better than bureaucrats and government. Keith, why don't you come, and then we'll take questions.
My name is Keith Mason. I'm the president of Personhood USA. We're the largest pro-life grassroots organization in the country. And today we're launching a national effort to call upon people that respect the dignity of human life across the nation to come and to speak out, to speak on behalf of Justina, to free Justina. We will be launching grassroots efforts with vigils. We will be doing phone call campaigns. We will be going to lawmakers here in the state of Massachusetts to use their voices as well, to speak out, to free Justina, to fight against this injustice that we see happening. We care about the dignity of every human person. And to us, it seems like the state of Massachusetts is treating her as though she's property and not a person. And so that's why we are standing up. We are speaking out to change this issue, to change the situation.
Any other questions? Otherwise, we're going to try to
Has Haley been charged with anything in terms of like, personally?
There was a gag order issue.
No, other than the gag order.
Oh, you mean like abuse us?
Yeah.
No.
Never in their history.
I talked to them over the phone for hours. You have to ask difficult questions. That's what I've been told. My sense would be, since this has been so adversarial with the state of Massachusetts and DCF, one would think, I'm just speculating with you, that if there were some charges of some sort of other abuse in the past with the family, that would have already come to light over the past 12 months. And that has not happened. I found them to be extremely loving parents. You look at the other daughters that they have in the family, students studying well. They're a close-knit family. We spent a good time on the phone, and then we're in their home last night praying with them, sharing with them, discussing with them, and talking about ways that we can engage here. You can see the emotion to this. Imagine, I have all daughters. I can't imagine they only allowed to see you 1 hour a week. Why that? Why? I mean, so this is just a disgrace all the way, and we believe it's going to be unfolded how she's being treated educationally. She's deteriorating that level. I think Keith brought out the best point. She's being treated like a piece of property. This is the disgrace for a state that is considered progressive and open on issues of social justice. So that's where we're at. We will keep in touch. Let me just give you my...
New Hampshire or
Mass. Yeah, because they couldn't. And just to give you my, I don't mind giving this out. My number to reach me is is 540-538-4741. We'll keep you updated, and I think the way we'll go, and I'll look to Keith on this. Mr. Pelletier is under a gag order, so probably maybe the best way to try to get information out, we'll try to give you as much of that information as we can to keep you abreast.
When foster care? Think of the date.
I can only say what they said when they came out of the court in the next 48 hours.
Next 48 hours. Okay.
But again, now
Is
we'll
there
have
any appeal that they have on this or no?
not right now, but you saw Matt Staver, Mr. Stavers, one of the finest attorneys, won Supreme Court cases. There's big legal movement right now to get engaged with this.
Is it?
Thanks, guys.
Sure, thank you.
Are any of the hospitals, as far as you know, accusing Munchausen by proxy? Any
No.
of the hospitals accusing that?
No, not. I can only say I have not seen that. Yeah, my number again is 540-538-4741. It's Reverend Patrick Mahoney.
Thank you, Reverend.
I head the Christian Defense Coalition. I'm a Presbyterian minister. I'm based in Washington, D.C. I'm flying back to D.C. Wednesday and then coming back up here Friday. One of the things we're also going to ask for, it's Ash Wednesday, a week from Wednesday. Let's hope that they honor Justina's religious freedom, which they have not done, and we're considering serious action on that right now.
And what did you say was the next step, the next hearing, or the next process?
Well, there's going to be there originally was going to be a prayer vigil at the Framingham facility where she was. If she's moved from there, which it appears she will, it'll be outside that. We don't have the address of that, but it will be Saturday, 12 p.m., wherever Justina is staying. Saturday at 12 p.m., there's going to be a vigil and a public witness outside of that facility.
And what was also the next legal step again?
Well, we're just hearing of it. We sat at dinner for 3.5 hours and then in their home for another hour or two. Our mouths dropped. I mean, there's nothing being done in terms of her schooling and education. As a clergy person, I have serious concerns about her religious liberty and freedom. They said she was denied that. No mass at Christmas Eve, Christmas, nothing at Easter. It's Ash Wednesday, a week from Wednesday. We're certainly going to strongly push for her to celebrate the beginning of Lent, which is absolutely critical. It's hard to put in context what's happening to this girl, and you saw the unfettered, visceral emotion of what's been building up in the parents. That they can't see her, their phone calls are monitored. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. So now we're going to expose all what DCF has done, the state of Massachusetts, and we want Justina back with her family when she was doing so much better.
Is there another hearing or?
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Staver knew that. It's not for a couple weeks.
Can we get your name, sir?
Sure, it's Reverend Patrick Mahoney, and I'm director of the Christian Defense Coalition in Washington, D.C.
And what's your chief complaint here?
The fact that this 15-year-old girl
What I see, her sister has mito and has been diagnosed with mito. What I see in Justina, I would say that's mito.
When you hear the circumstances then about this case with the state coming in and basically saying, no, not mito, it's all psychiatric privilege.
I can't understand it. I simply am speechless, really, to come up with any. There's no reasonableness there. This girl is in trouble, and we're all standing around watching her deteriorate, and nobody's taking any action. So this has to be the primary, focus of the people that are in charge, and it just simply isn't.
Now going to foster care we're being told no medical care now, zero medical care. We're being told in foster care now.
Who's making that decision? Where's the reasonableness of that decision? I don't understand it.
What's a person with mito need to thrive? And can you say the proper full name of? Is it a condition or a disease?
Mitochondrial disorder. It's a disorder of how our cells develop the energy to keep us alive. And again, the folks at mitoaction.org are the ones that really know about this, and they've been nice enough to put me on the board there to help. But I came at it from the patient's perspective and the caregiver's perspective, so not the medical perspective.
What would she need in foster care to thrive, though, if she...
Well, in my experience, she would need her family. She would need to have no stress. She would need to be able to relax, to eat, to live a normal life.
Medications, right?
Mito isn't something that's curable, but there are treatments that you give, and it's almost like the treatments that you see being given to, or the supplements that you see being given to athletes. It's that same sort of energy drink type of idea. It's that basic to how the human body works. So you eat right, you hydrate, you sleep, and you take supplements to help that energy factory in your body, which is the mitochondria. What kind of supplements? CoQ10, coenzyme Q10, and all sorts of B vitamins and other vitamins. When my wife was with mito, we had a box that was a huge box of this sort of medication that we took every day. And
You lost your wife to mito, right?
Yeah.
Do you fear Justina could be lost?
Well, I think that I hope not. Right? She's young, so she has a resiliency that we don't have when we were older, and mito is related also to the aging process, which is interesting. It's kind of how our body slows down.
It's how we age and how we slow.
Not always fatal though, or is it?
It's not curable, right? It's non-curable. So
you're placing some blame here on Children's Hospital. Do you think the caregivers aren't adequately caring for this girl?
I don't have enough facts to know. What I do know is it seems like there's a debate between physicians in the medical community about what's going on. I don't understand it. I'm not a doctor, so I can't really comment on that. But I do know some of the doctors involved in this, and they're very deeply involved with mitochondrial patients. And we have some great resources here in Boston that have been hard at work on this over the past 10 years that I've been involved in it. And